Yo, what's up? Thanks everybody for tuning in to another episode of Speak Yours, Speak My podcast, also known as S.Y.S.M. I am your boy, Just right back like we never left, man. And you are tuned in to another segment of Just a Thought with Just Right. Tell y'all what I was thinking this time, man. I'm gonna start here, cause to know me, if you know me, you kind of know my works for the past. Let me see. Almost about 20 years, man, that I work with the youth um, as a mentor. Um, I've been a coach. I've been aide. Um, Nonetheless, all the different positions. I've just, my point is, I've worked with the youth an awful lot. Um, At-risk youth mostly too, right? So, um, what brings me to talking about that though is I was thinking. I remember when I was in the 8th grade, man. I had a teacher named Paula Carter, Miss Carter, math teacher. And I think as a kid, Miss Carter was like one of my favorite teachers, but she used to get on me all the time, so she probably got on my nerves. But I've known for quite some time since an adult, I guess I say, that she was actually just really awesome at what she did and getting the best out of her kids. So shout out to Miss Carter. But I remember Miss Carter at the end of that 8th grade year went around the room and was telling everybody what they were going to be when they got older. And she got to me, and I had no idea what I wanted to do. I don't remember knowing what I wanted to do. I probably thought I was going to play some type of sport or something. I don't even know why I thought that. But she told me I was going to be a teacher. Man, can you imagine a kid though? You know what I mean? And I wasn't the angel kid. I stay getting kicked out of class or stuff like that, disciplined in class all the time. I'm going to be a teacher. There was no way in hell that I was ever going to be a teacher, or be working with kids or anything like that. So I say that to say it's crazy how she predicted that, because I never intended on working with any kind of youth, and she ended up being right. And so I don't know what she's seen in me to help her come to that conclusion. But Miss Carter, you were correct. I did end up doing that, and I ended up doing it. I remember when I first got the job working with kids, working with at-risk youth. They were, I think, 16 to 22 years old. Um, at a school I got placed in when I first came home from college. I went actually to my old principal and a teacher that I always consider like a mentor, Mr. Michael Carter, and rest in peace, Mr. James Brown. Um, and they put me on. I told them I needed a job, and they were gonna help me out, and they got me placed in this school called Youth Connections. And I was going, I'm thinking I'm about to go in there and I'm gonna be writing restroom passes. Next thing you know, I got 12 kids under me, and I'm a mentor. I'm writing, I'm holding teacher conferences and parent-teacher conferences, and writing individual success plans. And I, ended up finding that I really had a passion for really trying to help, the kids. I really got excited about watching kids turn the corner who might, have been on the wrong path, and maybe some of my words or conversations with me, and or just sometimes it was just me being at the school every day. They just wanted to come see Mr. Neer, whatever it was. It took them, to get into that building and to get in there and do that work. I loved it, and I wanted to continue to be a part of that. So since then, pretty much that's what I've been doing. Took a small little break from it, but I'm back at this point, right? And through the years of working with at-risk youth, man, I've helped a lot of kids, right? Helped a whole lot of kids. I see grown men today that were, kids at the time that say, Neil, what's up? Call by my last name, say what's up, and I love you, man. Like, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have made it. Or I get an inbox every now and then that says stuff like that, and that means everything to me. And along the way, though, I've also lost kids that I was really close to jail, to drugs, to um, you know, when I say jail, I said jail, but yeah, like real bad things, like just the streets in general. I've lost kids to who I got kids who a few of them who lost their life. It's kind of even hard to talk about because it makes me think about them, and I'm trying to go there, but yeah, I've dealt with it a lot, right? I say that to say, like, even with those kids, and you know, lost their life in the streets, drugs or whatever, you think they were just the worst kids, man. A lot of those kids will still have respect for their elders. You know, they did the things they did. They wasn't, but when I first started working with the youth, and through the time up until now, like a lot of times, I told you I took a little break. So all the times before this break, and now I'm back. Those kids before at least had respect for their elders. Don't get me wrong. Kids get upset and they can say some crazy stuff. But for the most part, they don't just spaz out on the adults. And these days, today, and this is where it's just a thought. This is what I'm thinking is, and what I guess what I'm asking is, does anybody else notice the youth being more disrespectful to their elders? Um, I see it all the time because I'm actually, in a place to be able to see it. But I don't know if anybody maybe have interacted with some kids who you noticed that, because respecting your elders just used to be a thing. It wasn't nothing that you had to ask a lot of questions about why. I kind of knew why. It's wisdom, and somebody who's been here longer than me. I have no, there's no room for me to be disrespecting them if they're not disrespecting me, especially not in a school setting or any kind of setting where they're trying to help you. Like I said, nobody's perfect. Kids get mad, they say what they say sometimes, but it's like in abundance. I'm telling you, it's a lot where I see kids. I'm talking about just simple stuff like that we didn't do when I was young. I was cussing. I'm not about to sit up here and act like I was perfect. I was cussing. But if I see an adult, I'm not doing that at all. Like, I'm not doing that, or I'm whispering it or something. These days, I'm watching kids play pretend in their head that they're on the same level as the adults for whatever reason. And I have my theories as to why, this switch has happened, or, but I'm asking you guys, like, what do you think? I think that the social media has a lot to do with it. I think that the music has a lot to do with it. I mean, they just have access to so much so early. I mean, what do they need to ask an adult for? Where they can just go ask Google and they can figure it out, and find out stuff on their own. Things I see sometimes that are so adult from 11, 12, it's crazy. Um, any parents that may see this or watching, like, do you have any challenges that you would like to share? Like, like that you see, like, where your kid is, or a little bit more disrespectful, or maybe some of their friends or anything like that. I don't know. It's just a question, man. It's just a thought. Like, I'm just thinking, like, the social media and access they have to information that maybe they wouldn't get until they got older, right? Um, they don't have to go through that no more. I don't know. I don't have the answer. I'm just throwing stuff out there. I really don't know why, but it's definitely a switch. And as far as disrespect for me, I don't even get it. I spend my days most of the times correcting it. But I'm not the actual teacher. You know what I mean? So they kids come to me, and I'm trying to teach them how to deal with things that they may not like. You know how to talk to people correctly. You know what I mean? Just because you don't like something, don't mean you get to calling people out their name. Not everybody likes their boss, but they can't go in and just talk crazy to them. You know, where you're getting suspended now, it's going to be getting fired, and it's really going to hit you hard. So, just trying to help change some mentalities within some of these kids. But am I alone, or does anybody else happen to see where there's been a big switch in the youth as far as their respect for elders? Made me ask this though. I mean, really, I do Uber rides a lot of times, and a lot of times I talk to my riders, and we end up talking about what they do or what I do. And every time I bring up, working with kids, they I go, whew, man, these kids, they are so disrespectful. I hear that so much, and so it just made me want to bring it to the podcast and put it out there and maybe see what y'all think, man. I do agree that these kids are a lot these days. But I love working with them because, like I said, they love me and I love them. So I'm always going to be there for them, try to put something in their ear to try to change their way of thinking, or their way of going about things when it's negative. Not all kids are like this. Don't get it twisted. Not all of them, but there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. And what's crazy is a lot of times when I'm talking to them, they think that, them talking back and saying the things they say, they think it's okay, which is a young mentality. You know what I'm saying? So maybe I'm overthinking it. I don't know. I'm asking y'all. This is, speak yours, speak mine. I just spoke mine. I want to hear what you got to think. what you guys think, and what you got to say. So I thank y'all for tuning in, man. Feel free to jump in the comments, man, and start this conversation. And let's see if we can, maybe after we hear some of the problems, we can start, saying, hey, maybe we should do this, or maybe we should do that. I don't know. Like I said, I don't have the answers. I'm just presenting the situation and trying to start the conversation about it, because I definitely notice it, man. But hey, thank y'all for tuning in to the Speak Yours, Speak Mine podcast. This is another segment of Just a Thought. Y'all make sure that just a thought with Just Right. I'm sorry, but y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all keep God first. Treat everybody the way you want to be treated, and check for S.Y.S.M. Peace.
S.Y.S.M, 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 S.Y.S.M.